Hey Retro Movie fans, it's me, Retromoviegirl, and today I have part 1 of the Catherine Coulter FBI series. It's a bind-up of the first 2 books in the FBI thriller series, and today we are going to be focusing on part 1, which is the Cove. The Cove has to do with a mentally disturbed woman comes to a small town to stay with her aunt after escaping from a sanitarium where she was held and drugged. She comes to escape. She seems to be protecting her mother because she believed that her father was killed by her mother because he was abusive. But it has a lot going on. She's being hunted by the FBI, and her aunt, who she's staying with, is kind of like making her think that she's crazy because a lot of this, she stays there like the first night or the second night that she stays there, she thinks she hears a woman screaming, and after the second day, an FBI agent named James, who happens to be hunting her or looking for her, but he makes up a story that he's looking for a couple called Harv and Marge Jensen, and they disappeared 3 years ago. He makes up a story about being from LA, a private detective that the son hired. It's a whole mess. Plus, they kind of develop a relationship, and in the next part of this video, I'm going to tell you what I think of that relationship without trying to give too much away, so stay tuned for that. Hello. I'm back again with the relationship between James and Sally. James entered the picture probably about the second day when Sally comes to town. And it's very complicated for James and Sally at first because James is a trained FBI agent and Sally is being hunted by the FBI because her father's dead. And they want to question her, but she's hiding out in a small town called the Cove. And when they meet each other, he tries to keep a professional distance away from Sally because he knows it's not a good idea and it's unethical to get involved with her. But things start to take a weird turn when Sally thinks she sees her father in the window, and she starts getting these obscene calls from somebody claiming to be her father. So in that way, they collide, they come together, and the relationship is complicated because he's hunting her. She's afraid of everything because she's been in this mental institution. She doesn't know who to trust. She trusts her auntie, but it looks like there's a conspiracy going on. It's just crazy. And James, after a certain point in the book, starts to really like her, wants to protect her. He's staying at a bed and breakfast, and after the situation where she sees her father in the window, she's invited to stay at the tower, at the bed and breakfast, which is James' room. Nothing happens, but the relationship has good pacing, and I can't tell you what happens because that's a spoiler, but all I can tell you is you need to read the epilogue and the prologue for this book. They're really good, and they'll give you a real sense of what happens to the characters before and after the story. So please read those, and I can't give away any other things. But I want to thank you so very much for watching this video, and please give it a thumbs up and share it around social media with your friends and family. And if you like it, I have a lot more videos like this on the way. So if you feel so inclined, you can subscribe. Subscribe and follow me on Twitter, which I will put somewhere on the screen when I edit this. So you can find me on Twitter. And I'll see you for part 2, The Maze, part of the Catherine Coulter thriller series, part 2. This is part 1. So I'll see you in my next video. And thanks so much for watching. Bye.